Hey, you ugly mother! Give me your money! This is not a knife. This is a knife. Hello guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Ultimate Knife Search. Today we are looking at this little, what can you say, EDC knife here from Work Tough Gear, designed by Sheath. This is an awesome little knife, and we will get a closer look to it just in a minute, guys. As you see in the intro, I write, is this the #1 weapon to be in when you are in a knife fight? No, it's not. I will show you the big secret of the #1 weapon to use when you are in a knife fight, guys. Just hang on and let me show you #1 weapon here. This is your #1 weapon, guys. Your feet. So if you should be in that situation, someone pull a knife at you, run. If you are pushed in any circumstances, run. If you are anywhere, if you can run. Your #1 weapon is your feet, guys. Trust me, I have been in a knife fight before. You will never be in that situation. So if you can't run, there are only one problem. They can cause a problem. That is, if the motherfucker grabs me. If he grabs me, then the problem starts for him, guys. I will promise you. So yes, this you have your answer to the #1 weapon. Okay, guys, let's take a closer look for this little knife, guys. Take a look at this beautiful little knife here. This is, he have the start of his creation. He make the Nomad camp knife and also make a field knife. And this is the Nomad EDC. So this is, what can you say, everyday carrying little knife. And I will, don't forget to say thank you to Vic to give me the opportunity to make a review on this knife here. I bought a knife recently from him, and he sent me this as a gift to make a review on it. And very thanks to you, Vic, for that opportunity. It's an awesome knife. Yes. To draw a little bit size comparison, you all know the Cold Steel Recon 1, so you can see there the size of this little knife here. It has a 3.5 inch blade, and this is, I will try to correct it. This is a bowler steel. I hope I can see if I can get some focus there, so you can see. Yes, there can you see bowler in. I need my glasses, guys. But you can see it. This is a bowler steel, and this is one of my favorite steels. They have so many numbers. I can't remember this number here, but the bowler steel is somehow a little bit lighter if you compare to the SK85, and a little bit more resistant also, and it has a little bit tougher steel. So you can make a edge retention a little bit longer, but it's also a little bit harder to make sharp again if it gets dull. So you have, what can you say, pros and cons on that type of steel. But I love that steel. This is tough steel, guys. This is a totally straight knife, and you know me, guys, I really love that. And Sheath, if you hear this, if you ever should remake your camp knife, not camp knife, the biggest one, yeah, the biggest one is called the camp knife. Please make it with this straight handle here. It will be awesome. So if you are in the future want to to make a second generation or something like that, I will be the first one to buy it. Okay, back to this knife here. It fits so good in hand. It has a little hammer end there to go out in the scales. it easy to maneuver and hold on. And no matter how you hold this knife, you can skin with it, you can do some fine work with it. And this knife have so many shapes, and I think that the idea behind that is, if you are in the camp at the night, every time you grab this knife here, you don't have to look at the knife, you know the feel of it. When you have used this knife here a few times, they have so many curves and recurves and something to it, so you can know this, what can I say, your muscle memory will know the shape of the knife, so you don't have to look at the knife to know the feel of it. So that's something I think that is awesome. I love all these shapes that have, and it fits perfect in hand. It has a pretty decent beefy tip there, and we will test this today, guys, I promise you. So, and I will, normally I'm not buying a knife in this size here, because I use my pocket knife for that, folding knife for that purpose. But I think this is an awesome knife, and I will give it the same test to, I will put my larger fixed blade to and see if it hold up. And today's job for me is to make a little fire here, and I will boil some noodles to get something to eat before I go out to a very long hiking trip. So let's see if you can do anything with this little knife here. And I will mention the seat also. This is awesome, this little taco shape here, and it have a perfect good retention that will come nowhere. And I love this thumb ram there. There are something, I know I'm a little bit sheath nerd, I love when you can pull a knife out of the sheath and you have the full grip at the same time. You don't have to reposition your hand. So that's something I think that is awesome. So yes, and of course there are some attachment with it. With this little knife here, you can put it in your belt. And but a knife in this size here, I always just put it in my pocket. So but you can do as you want. So you have to be a little bit cautious when you baton, but we will try to make small batons here, guys, with this knife here, and I think it will do pretty okay. To make this small fire here, we need some small pieces, and it go with ease. This belly knife here is awesome when you're talking about batoning. Take a little bit bigger piece here with a lot of knots and see what the Nomad EDC say to that. There's no problem. Just go through it. Take it here. Yes. No problem with that. And let's see if this little beefy tip there can do some prey buying. We can start light here, guys. And there is no worries about that. Not if, I know many people don't like this, but in somehow you can say, I have been in a few situations where I have to do this prey buying here to get something like this to start a fire. And you can also use it for other tasks, but this is not something you normally do with a little knife or a big knife. But I think it's rare to know that you can do it. And let's be a bit lidt med hårdvej. Oh yes, look at this, guys. Let's try that one more time. Yeah. That's also why I love this bowler steel here. I think it's really really awesome. It's tough, guys, and there are nothing at the tip, so you can do this all day long. I need this also for my fire here, so let's go through it all the way. Take one more. No. Now we can really do something that this knife here is built to do, and that's make feathers. So let's see. That's something when you have this big belly here, when you find the control of the edge, you can really make some fine feathers there. Look at this, guys. This is paper thin, very long feathers. That's awesome. So you could say if you can't get a fire starting with this knife here, you have a problem. Look at it. Fine curls. And when Sigma Nacho have built the shape of this knife here, it feels so natural to make feathers. And that's something we all know normally. Of course, I use my big knife for that here also, but normally I take my big fixed blade because I love to do that. But that's awesome here. You can take this little knife with you, and you know you can really make some fine feathers. Look at this, guys. This cannot get more awesome than that. And let's see here. You can also split some wood. Let's take a little bit bigger piece here and hammer this in. Oh, let's give it a little bit more. Look at this. It's split open this immediately. That's awesome. And that's something I think more knife designer could learn on, to put a hammer on a knife. I know you can hammer on the scales also, but this is pretty awesome to have something like this you can hammer on. So let's go on with the testing, guys. As I mentioned in the intro, I will test this little knife here as I test my bigger fixed blade, and and look, this is an awesome spear attachment, guys. I know you only have 3.5 inch blade there, but you can hunt with it and have some fun with it. Let's try to get some focus. There we go. You can hunt with it, and this is also an awesome weapon, because now on this little knife here you have a long reach, so you can also use that as a defense weapon against, you know, wolves and bears and something like that. So you really now have a long weapon. So but let's see how this goes as a spear. I'll try to make my distance here, guys, and see. Okay. That was awesome. It has some very good bite to it. I'll give it one more try. Go further away, guys. Now I am 6 and 7 meters here, guys. Yes. That's awesome. Let's see there, guys. Look at the bite to it with this little knife. And as I had mentioned in all my videos, there are something that really can ruin the knife. It throws as a spear, but as you can see, Sigma Nacho's design there is still straight as an arrow. That's awesome. That's really awesome. I love it. Badass little. Let's give this little knife here a good ultimate test. let's see if this straight knife here can go in this stump here, and I will try to hammer on it pretty hard. That's something that is awesome with this hammer end there. You can beat on a knife like this. Yes, now it's in with a good inch, and I will try to stand on it. I don't know if it is in long enough, but I can hammer it more in. Maybe I can give a few more blows. No, it's as hard as it in. I'm 125 kilos, guys, so I will try to stand on it quickly, because this is a hard test, guys, for the tip and also the knife. This was a quick one. Let's try one more and see. Yes. Of course, if I stand out here, I can break or bend the knife, and that is not something I will do. But it's funny to know you can hammer this knife in a stump and you can stand on a knife. If you are in a situation who you need that, I'll try one more time to see. Look at this, guys. Look at it. It is pretty awesome. And now let's take it out and see, clean it up, and let's see with you guys if there are anything who are bent or twisted or anything. No, there is not. That's it. You'll try to get some focus there, guys. I don't know why. There you go. There are nothing. They are bent or twisted, or nothing at the scales are coming loose. Or as you see there, guys, I really hammer on the end of this knife here, and it is still a perfect shape. So I would say this is not only a EDC knife for camp use, you can use this to hard work also. That's awesome. Yes. Of course, worktop gear always make a 90-degree spine on the knives. That's also the case with this caviar here, who I really love. So let's see if we can get a fire going on here. The wood is a little bit wet, but I think I have made some fine curls, and I really hope that we can get it going. But that's not the case, maybe. But as you can see, guys, it really throws some fine sparks. There we go. And now let's try to get some of this here going. Yes. Now, when you have this fire starting here, I will get this going and I will come back to you guys. Yes, guys, as this fire here slowly going, you can see the water is almost hot now, so I can make some noodles. And all this I have made with this little EDC Nomad camp knife here, or just EDC knife. That's an awesome knife, guys. As you have seen, I have thrown it as a spear, I have baton with it, I have stand on the knife, and I have 125 kilos, guys. And It has a perfect 90-degree spine to make a fire like this. And I don't know what else I can say. I think this is an awesome little knife to use around the camp and carry with you. I will always be a big ass knife guy, but this is something I really will always now have in my backpack for what can you say, an extra knife, or just to make around when you are in the camp. And there's some knife you can draw easy if you have to cut some rope or something. And all this abuse I just have given this knife here, it has a perfect edge still and tip, and the scales hold up. I must say I am so much in love with this knife here. I think I know when the big knife, the Nomad knife came out, I had my eyes to it immediately, but they were sold out quickly, and I have get a little bit away from it again. But I think if the opportunity is there, I will really buy the big one and try it out also, because I really love this knife there. So, and that's it guys. I only have one thing more to say. Don't go hiking. Go hiking!